Is $1,000 the right place to start building for your emergency fund? Dave Ramsey has said $1,000 for several decades now. Is it time to update that number? I've got that more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Odds are, if, maybe financially, when you were just getting started, you tuned into Dave Ramsey's 7 Baby Steps, or maybe if you had some bumps in the road and encountered a financial crisis or needed to hit the reset button, you went to a Financial Peace University, and maybe you're familiar with Dave Ramsey's 7 Baby Steps. Now, this is an approach that he recommends everyone take, especially if they're getting out of debt and getting out of a financial crisis. It's not an all-encompassing financial plan, but it's at least a roadmap and it's a start. If you're not familiar with all 7 baby steps, likely you've heard of the first one. And the first one is you got to start with $1,000 in a savings account. No matter, before you do anything else, get $1,000 saved up in a savings account. Well, that's number one in the 7 baby steps right now. That's what the amount was, and that was number one 10 years ago. 22 years ago, when I started my career, step number one in 7 baby steps, get $1,000 saved up. And even before that, it's always been $1,000. And with all the inflation we've had, $1,000, it wasn't going to go very far back then. It's not going to go very far right now. Is it time to update that number? Dave was recently asked that question, and let's tune into his response right now.
Do you still feel $1,000 is the correct amount to start to be successful with your plan?
$1,000 was not enough in 2003. It was never designed to be enough. It's enough to buy an alternator for a car or a tire, maybe 1 or 2. It's enough to take your kid to the pediatrician if they're sick, but it's not enough to be a real emergency fund. It's enough to keep the little things from kicking your butt off the get out of debt wagon. Because when we first started this stuff years ago, I said, use all your savings, have 0. And that didn't work, honestly. If you had come to Financial Peace University when I was teaching it with an overhead projector before we had the baby steps, I just was hardcore. Like you're in boot camp. Shut up, sell everything, use all your money, don't whine, get your butt out of debt. Because if you don't get out of debt, none of this is going to work. But we discovered pretty quickly that every little thing that came along that wasn't in their little budget the first few months, knock them out. And then they would give up hope. The people in Financial Peace would give up hope because they couldn't do the system. The system wasn't working. So we decided, okay, we're going to give you just a little bit of a beginner starter emergency fund just to knock the little stuff off. If you have a car transmission go out, it's not enough. If you have something big happen, it's not enough. It's not designed to be enough. It's just there to cover while you go through typically it's about 18 months. Out of the 10 million people that have been through Financial Peace University, it's 18 months to get out of debt, not counting your house. Baby step 2. Now, that means some of them do it in 3 months and some of them do it in 30, but the average is 18. So it's designed just to keep the little crap away. But if your car blows up during that 18 months, it's not enough. And it never was designed to be enough. So it doesn't need to be inflation adjusted because it wasn't supposed to be enough. But good question. Thank you, sir.
Brilliant. I love it. That's a fantastic question and sets the record straight. I love it. Here's a few takeaways that I would just from that snippet right there and what it means that you can apply in your situation or maybe for your kids or someone that you know that's maybe working this plan. Number one, $1,000 was never enough, and it certainly isn't enough right now. It's not going to go very far, okay? So you need to recognize that. It's not a replacement, or that's not the objective of your emergency fund. The goal for your emergency fund is more so 3 to 6 months of your lifestyle. That's another Dave Ramsey principle. That's actually number 3 in the 7 baby steps. And we would agree with that rule of thumb. You can't run your finances off of rule of thumb. But so you've got to look at how your financial situation is set up, the age of your house and vehicles, do you have any kids? How stable is your job? How stable is your industry? A lot of factors that you need to consider when determining what the real goal is for your emergency fund. But the goal is not $1,000. That's a starting point. So that's the first thing that I would share. And second thing that I would share that really stood out to me when I saw this a couple months ago, posted on YouTube, is he talks about, well, Originally, when he was doing Financial Peace University on a projector, he said, you don't have anything in the bank. You need to go like hardcore and what do you say, boot camp? You need to sell everything and use every dollar to get out of debt. And he had some choice words in there as well. But he realized that the little things, no matter how detailed someone's budget was, they were inevitably going to miss a few things that would come up, and that would derail their plan and cause them to lose hope. So what's the takeaway there? Our 3-bank account system. Our 3-bank account system. This is where the little things, if you don't have a plan to in your monthly financial kind of cash flow management, if you don't have a plan to cover the little things that come up, it's going to end up derailing your cash flow, and it's actually going to cause you a great deal of financial frustration. And even if you're not in financial crisis and not sort of being drowned in debt, those little things will kind of gnaw at you, and it will cause you to not save up as much towards your financial goals. So they're just as problematic. If you don't have a good plan for them, they're just as problematic even if you're not in debt crisis. So how do you account for those? How do you account for those? That's our 3-bank account system. And this is where you build bank account number 1, your immediate spending. You build a budget. You have visibility on here's how much money we expect is coming in every single month. And then here are all the known monthly expenses. Anything from the rent or the mortgage to the car loans to Netflix, to any expense that's going to come up every single month. Whether you know the exact amount, like Netflix, or the amount can vary, like groceries, right? You want to have visibility and a budget for all the known monthly expenses. But what about the non-monthly expenses? The prescriptions that, I didn't realize someone was going to get sick and now we've got this copay, or the just the little things that he even said, like, just can nag at you and can keep you from moving forward, whether that's trying to pay off debt quickly or whether that means you're trying to save up for the future, but this is just kind of gnawing at you. Those are your non-monthly expenses. Your oftentimes known non-monthly expenses. This is bucket number 2. We call it delayed spending. Not savings, even though you'll use a savings account, because you're setting money aside to spend. And if you call it savings, you're not going to want to let go of it. But the purpose is you're setting it aside to spend. And we've got a list of, I think it's 19 or so different categories that oftentimes we coach people through to say, all right, well, do you know of any expenses coming up here or here or here? Things like vacations or birthdays or anniversaries, things like out-of-pocket medical expenses. So maybe even your deductible or those sorts of things, or how much would you expect to spend going to the dentist and just sort of routine stuff, going to the doctor and a couple times a year, that sort of thing. Setting that money aside. So your known non-monthly expenses, you figure out, you add all those up, you divide it by 12, and you put that savings as part of your budget. That every single month, if that number is $400 a month or whatever, $400 a month gets transferred from your checking into this savings account, this delayed spending account, so that when those expenses inevitably come up, instead of feeling like, well, I can't move forward, I'm going backwards. No, the money's already there. You just use it from that second bank account, that savings account, and you use it, and budget is still operational and works just fine. So bucket number 1, known monthly. Bucket number 2, known non-monthly. So what's left? The unknown. The unknown. That I couldn't have planned for this. And you might say, well, that's medical expenses. I would agree, although I think if you're proactive enough, you assume, I'm getting my teeth cleaned a couple times a year, and you know what? I typically will get strep throat, or I'll typically have an ache and pain or something where I'll probably have some sort of copay. Let's just set that aside. But if you even set that aside, but you end up having a bigger health issue or something else happens, something that's unforeseen, well, then you've got the emergency fund. If you've got that emergency fund in place, then you've got resources and you don't need to go backwards. In this instance, that's the $1,000. That's the $1,000. I don't think, even if you're in crisis mode, I don't think I would do $1,000 and then just bucket number 1. Because you will constantly feel like, well, I'm taking a step forward and then 2 steps back, a step forward and then 2 steps back. You're not going to make progress that way. And like he said in the video, you're going to lose hope. So if you're building a foundation or in some sort of financial crisis, get that 3-bank account system set up, get $1,000 set aside, and that emergency fund. And if you've got a stable financial foundation, do you have a 3-bank account system? Do you have a fully funded emergency fund. Work with your certified financial planner on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well. Or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.